Let's take a look at Tesla and also NVIDIA to see what's up with Tesla and what's up with NVIDIA. On a daily time frame, Tesla on an intraday basis, we were watching these levels. It just keeps falling through them. By contrast, NVIDIA is just the complete opposite. So it's completely outperforming Tesla. So what's up? What's next? So let's just, although we've got our levels, let's just clean up the chart and let's just go to weekly chart. Our range algo's on, and the range algo is here. The range algo is showing the weekly levels. If we just use Fibonacci, we can do a retracement. And Tesla is now falling through the 38%. So that increases the chances of probability that it could come down a bit more. It kind of needs to find some support here, so that although it's fallen through the 38 of just this retracement here, although it's fallen through that, it can just deviate under and then come back over. So there is a chance for that. If we do a quadrant here from the mid-range into the next level down, we can see actually that the algo derived ranges are showing a much better level of support than the actual Fibonacci is. So that's super interesting. So right here, right now, 0.5 of this range that the algo's drawn, I think has a better setup than the Fibonacci price retracement. And even if we make that just a little bit tighter, and let's just zoom in into 4 hour actually. So we want to see this level continue to hold. If it doesn't, we can divide up the quadrants below, or the levels below, into quadrants. And yeah, I think losing this 218, 219, turning this into resistance does increase the probability that it's going to continue going down a bit lower, which don't really want to see. If we just look at this mid-range here, we can see that it's kind of capped price for a while, and so trying to get over that mid-range, spent a couple of days. Have we spent more than a week on it? 1 week. So pretty much the last 2 weeks we've been contending with this level, just couldn't clear it for whatever reason and come back here. From a support perspective of just candles as opposed to algo levels, I think losing this level here is, if it does come down here, you really want to. Not sure it's going to come down here because this 0.5 really does need to hold. If this level gets lost, then you are looking at these particular levels, and you really do want to see this 0.5 hold and this particular candle here hold as well. If you lose that candle, then there really isn't much support until you're coming back down the levels at that point. Let's just see if this is a 68% retracement, that could potentially be bullish. Let's just see what that is as a retracement. Just falling through the 61.8. Is it enough to have violated that 61%? Possibly. If we look at the day level, because we've stopped at this 0.5, this 61.8 retracement of this swing is just about, you could just about say it's holding. I know we've gone through it, but we could keep it as valid until I think we lose the 0.5. At that point, then you're looking at, you know, the 78% area next. So it looks like really the play for Tesla is reasonably simple, I think, which is this level is just got to hold. That's it. So neither bullish or bearish, going to be neutral next week, just watching what price does here. If we manage to get a couple of days closing over the 0.5, and then we also manage to get over the 61.8, which is what's that, 221. If we kind of try and form some sort of base here, maybe we can start looking at kind of like a move higher. But where it currently stands, probably a no trade zone. Either loses this and we start looking for lower, or bases starts recapturing. We are going into a relatively sideways period of the market as well on a seasonality perspective. So we may get a couple more days next week of up, but actually it's a higher probability that the seasonality will start kicking, and we could be seeing either sideways or sideways lower going out to probably going out to February, March time. So this isn't looking particularly hot for Tesla. So I think the best outcome for the bulls is going to be just holding around here and basing, something like this. If we can do that here, then there could be some room for a revisit of a swing higher. There is also an argument, really, given that we are losing some market structure here, some bullish market structure, that you could stay out. There is an argument to be made that you could stay out of Tesla until it recovers. Let's put the algo back on. So until it kind of flips the mid range. So 258 could just, unless you're a bear and you're interested in shorting, you want to go long on a kind of sustained strength basis. Maybe 258 is the kind of level to wait for. Looking for any if we are looking for any opportunities to try and capture, you know, a move up to that level. So anywhere around here, I mean, a 20% swing could be quite a decent play. So that's going to be kind of captured on an intraday basis, I think. So I'm definitely interested in using some of the algo tools to try and catch any kind of turn in volume momentum up. Currently it's just heading down into the bear zone as well. So volume momentum is not supportive. We've got the overall market momentum for Tesla turned bearish. December really went negative, and it's just carried on. 26th of December, I think that says. Yeah, so just after Christmas, the kind of like the period where there should have been a Santa rally between Christmas and the New Year, Tesla was just kind of showing bearish momentum throughout. So could be some setups if we start seeing on an intraday basis some volume turning up, but that might be catching a knife. So I think it's just neutral for me. Okay, NVIDIA. Not a lot to say about NVIDIA really. It's showing a lot of strength and just kind of like these are really impulsive moves up. If we just remove these levels here and remove that, we don't need that anymore, although we can see that these levels did their job. Where's price going to? So this swing here, this fib swing, We've exceeded that, so let's remove that. Let's go for this swing here, so this larger swing, and we can see that's actually now capping price. So I think NVIDIA is a little bit simpler to kind of work through than Tesla, which is price is now gone through the 127, so we're really looking for price now to head to the 569. This particular fib level, I've put this in here because it does have a good hit rate of capturing these kind of intermediary moves between the 127 and 168. The fact that we've cleared the 127 means that there is a higher probability that price will go to the 1.62, but it doesn't always do it in a straight line, which is what we're seeing here, a little pullback. So it's what happens to this pullback is what we're going to be watching on an intraday basis with algos. We can see that price is being capped here. So sideways, volume momentum, lost a bit of volume momentum, but it hasn't gone away completely. It hasn't turned red. It's not going down into the bear zone. So a little bit of loss of momentum we can see here, overall market momentum as well. But the green background is telling us that we kind of want to stay in the trade, even though we've got some kind of overhead resistance that we need to work our way through. So that could be a case of sideways and then a potential move higher. If we lose this area here, in particular these candles, these wicks here, that's going to be a kind of an early warning sign that we might come back to this 536 area, and potentially also back test the 127 fib extension swing here extension. So provided we don't lose the 530, still looking for, going to still be looking for that 1.62, which is 569 level to get hit eventually. It may not do it. This may be the move, right? But there's a higher probability that price should go up here. So it could be that even with seasonality looking like it's a bit bearish or sideways to bearish over the next couple of months, still expecting potentially one last pop, and then maybe kind of seeing some weakness entering the market. And so NVIDIA could benefit from that one last pop. Not saying it will, but we've got a clear level here, which is 549.90. So 550 itself, flip that, and then we're looking at the 569 as the next logical target. Lose this area here, 542, then price might just dip back a little bit into this kind of potential support zone, and maybe lower. So that's the key pivot point for me that I'm going to be looking at next week for NVIDIA. All right. On an intraday basis, we do post on Twitter, so do follow on Twitter. Any comments, welcome, and if you want to subscribe to keep up with next round of videos on some of the tickers that we're looking at, both on traditional markets and also on some of the cryptos as well. Subscribe. All right. Thanks for watching.